Hello and welcome to this week's NASCAR Quick Hit here at SHIPIT Nation. I am Eric, also known as The Game on Discord, and tonight we are going to be breaking down the Shriners Children's 500 taking place at the Phoenix Raceway. As always, please go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does go a long way in helping us with the YouTube algorithm. And this isn't in my notes, but believe we are officially over 10,000 YouTube subscribers. So thank you to those who subscribe already. We really do appreciate it. Before we go ahead and break down the Shriners Children 500 taking place at the Phoenix Raceway, let me mention us here at SHIPIT Nation. As you saw in the opening intro video, Saber Sim and SHIPIT Nation have joined forces to combine the best content with the best optimizer, the most valuable package. Saber Sim, SHIPIT Nation, please, if you haven't already, you really should consider giving us a shot. Everything you need to be successful in the DFS space. TV coverage. Oh, 1 second. The overlay went away. We're back. Hey, I think that's what I did last week. I think I forgot to turn the overlay back on, but I didn't forget it this week. Good deal. TV coverage this week is on Fox Sports 1 this time in America, and TSN5 for those good folks up in Canada. Race coverage begins at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Folks, normal NASCAR is back, with NASCAR returning to the Phoenix Raceway, which is a 1-mile low-banked oval. We have 312 laps on deck Sunday afternoon, which means Dominators will absolutely come into play. I will likely be rolling out at least 2 Dominators, but make sure you check back on the slate plan on the website for confirmed information on that. Also, something to note for this weekend, NASCAR does bring back the option tire. They are giving teams 2 sets of option tires to use in the race. What are the option tires? Well, to make a long story short, the option tire is the faster of the 2 tires, and the other tire being the prime tire. So the option tire is faster than the prime tire, and teams get 2 sets of option tires. Okay. So tire and pitch strategy could absolutely play a factor in this race. If a team gets caught, in a bad pit cycle, if a yellow comes out at an inopportune time, that can that could throw any race into chaos, but that could definitely come into play here with both the option and the prime tires. Okay. So I think that's all I have for my pre-race notes. Yes, let's go ahead and break down that starting lineup. Starting off on the pole is William Byron. Believe it or not, folks, William Byron is fantastic here at Phoenix. Willie B has 1 win, 3 top fives, and has led 190 laps here in the next gen era at Phoenix. And the pole sitter, I believe, has led something around 100 laps per each race in the next gen era here at Phoenix. And the pole sitter gets the best pit stall, and that is quite the advantage here at Phoenix. So Willie B is setting himself up for a potentially smash day on Sunday. Outside pole, Joey Logano, 2 wins with 298 laps led. Logano, as well as Team Penske as a whole, is always a slam dunk here at Phoenix. Starting third, Carson Hocevar. No other way to slice it. Hocevar has been fast this season. Now, obviously, the demo size is small, as we only have 2 super speedway races and a road course to judge. However, he has still been fast. And Phoenix is where he put himself on the map in the Cup Series last year. He had a fantastic Saturday. He was fast in practice. He was fast in qualifying. He was mad at himself that he didn't put it on the pole. Hocevar could potentially be a smash play on Sunday, especially at his price tag. Only 6,900. Nice. On DraftKings, super cheap for all the upside in the world. Next up, starting fourth, Josh Berry. Something to remember about Josh this year is that the Wood Brothers equipment that he is driving is prepared by Penske in the same Penske garages as the cars of Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, and Austin Cindric. Berry only has 3 starts here with an average finish of 20th. But he could be a sleeper on Sunday. And I wrote these notes before practice and qualifying. And the sleeper portion, while it's not Sunday, came out to be true on Saturday during practice and qualifying. No one expected Berry to qualify this car 4th. And I believe he can keep it up there. So he's not as cheap as Hocevar. 7,600 compared to Hocevar 6,900. But still, Josh Berry could surprise people on Sunday. Next up, Eric Jones. Not the best next gen history here for Eric Jones. Average start of 14th with an average finish of 22nd, and he's starting 5th. So if we just go by his past history here, he should be falling to the back on Sunday. That said, he does seem to be trending in the right direction. I just think there's better ways to spend that salary. Next up, let's see here with Eric Jones. Then we have Chase Elliott. 5 next gen starts at Phoenix for Chase, as he missed out on 1 due to injury. Most full-time drivers have 6 full starts here at Phoenix in the next gen era, by the way. Chase has led 57 laps here, but has 0 wins, 0 top 5s, and only 1 top 10. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much Chase I'm going to get to just based off of that little history there for him. Next up, we have Michael McDowell, also Inspire Motorsports equipment. He has an average finish and an average start here of 18th. But that average finish and average start came in front row Fords. Now he's in Inspire Chevys, which is better equipment. It would not surprise me to see him. Obviously, he qualified better than 18th, right? It would not surprise me to see him also finish better than 18th. Next up, Spire Motorsports teammate Justin Haley. He has been terrible here in the past, but as I have a feeling, I'll be saying this a lot, he is in the best equipment he's ever been in at Spire Motorsports, and he has Rodney Childers as his crew chief, and Rodney was the crew chief for Kevin Harvick, who was fantastic here at Phoenix before he retired. So I believe Justin Haley could be in for a career day on Sunday. Next up, Tyler Reddick. No wins, but has 68 laps here at Phoenix. He does have 2 top 5s and has the potential to win on any given Sunday. Denny Hamlin's up next. No wins for Denny here at Phoenix, but has led 82 laps over his 6 next gen starts. Next up, following Denny, is Christopher Bell in 11th. Is Seabell the hottest driver in NASCAR right now? He might be. And guess what? He's no slouch here at Phoenix either. 1 win, 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 193 laps led. Seabell is a threat to win any given Sunday, and I believe, if I'm looking at the stone, is currently plus 600 on the books to take home the victory, which is tied with Logano at the time of this recording. So right now, looks like top plays are Byron Bell and your next driver, Ryan Blaney. 6 next-gen starts at Phoenix with 6 top 5s and 266 laps led. No victories, though, but 6 starts, 6 top 5s. It's awesome. It's awesome. Plus 550 on the books right now for Blaney. He will absolutely get a ton of ownership due to his past history at Phoenix. Next up, Christopher Buescher, starting at 13th, has an average starting position of 18th, paired with an average finish of 10th. This time around, he's starting 13th, so we're hoping he can get you into the top 10. I will be surprised, though, if he is contending for a victory. Next up, Austin Cindric in 14th. Austin is the only Penske driver that's not great at Phoenix, with a 19th place average starting position paired with a 24th place average finish. That's not good. Is this the year his teammates and Josh Berry finally rub off on him? Time will tell. I don't think so, but I've been wrong in the past. Next up, starting at 15th, Kyle Busch, who has a very surprising 0 laps led here in the next gen era, Phoenix era for Kyle. The team has been doing well to start the season, though, this year. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they keep on as this season progresses. Next up, AJ Allmendinger in 16th. Only 4 next-gen starts here for the Dinger compared to the majority of full-time drivers who have 6 starts. The Dinger has a 21st place average finish paired with a 24th place average start. You probably look elsewhere than the Dinger on Sunday. Next up, Kyle Larson. It's not often you get Kyle Larson starting at 17th at a flat mile racetrack, but here we are, a threat to win any given Sunday. Young Money does not have a win here in the next gen era, but he does have 216 laps led with a best finish of 3rd. Phoenix is a much welcome place for Kyle Larson after the last 3 weeks of super speedway and road course fun. Next up, we have Riley Herbst in 18th. This is going to be Riley's first next-gen start at Phoenix, and for that reason, he will be a fade for me. That said, he is in great equipment, so if you want to take a chance, you could do worse, at least as far as equipment goes. Next up, we have Bubba Wallace starting in 19th. He does have a positive place differential here. He has an average start of 20th paired with an average finish of 15th. And guess what? He's starting 19th. So that average starting spot was dead on. I don't think I'll get to a lot of Bubba on Sunday. If he was finishing top 10 on a constant basis, yes, but I can't get down with a top 15. Brad Keselowski's up next. Average finish of 18th with an average start of 19th. Brad has been very average here in the next gen era. Next up, starting 21st, Austin Dillon. Average finish and starting position, both in the low 20s. Due to that, I find it very hard to believe that I'll get much, if any, Austin Dillon exposure. And a quick drink of water for the working man. That really wasn't a quick drink of water at all. All right, next up, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And in my notes here, I do have it listed as Recce. Recce has been awful here at Phoenix, with his best finish being a lowly 19th. I will take my salary elsewhere. Next up, we have Cole Custer. Cole only has 2 next-gen starts here at Phoenix, with an average start of 17th and an average finish of 16th. I will be fading because I need to see some actual consistency from this team at real racetracks. Obviously, Daytona, Atlanta, COTA are real racetracks, but at the mile tracks, at the mile and a halves, at the short tracks, I want to see what this team can do in the grind before I feel comfortable enough rolling him out in DFS lineups. Next up, following Cole, is Ross Chastain in the 24th starting position. He will probably be chalky, probably get some ownership, as he has been excellent here at Phoenix since 2022. 1 win with 158 laps led over his 6 starts. That's fantastic. Next up, we have Ty Dillon starting 25th. It's going to be a fade for me. 4 starts for Ty. He does have positive place differential. He normally starts 30th with an average finish of 24th. The problem is, I don't think with his 25th starting position that he's going to be finishing 19th. So Ty is a pass for me. Zane Smith, 3 starts here at Phoenix. 30th place average starting spot, 33rd place average finish. That's a fade. Todd Gilliland. Gilly has not been good here, and I really don't expect much different on Sunday. He does, however, have positive place differential, as he has an average starting position of 28th, paired with an average finish of 24th. Still, I think you can probably spend your money more wisely elsewhere. Next up, we have Ryan Preece. Only 4 next-gen starts for Ryan Preece, and he hasn't been impressive in any of them. That said, he is in Roush Fenway Keselowski equipment now, and the RFK equipment is way better, and the team's way better than what he was in. So he may be worth a add to the player pool, but I think I'm going to pass on old Ryan Preece. Next up is Shane Van Gisbergen, and as I will say many times this season, at least in the beginning of the season, I love SVG, but it's going to take a few very solid performances at normal ovals. And what I mean by normal, your miles, your mile and a half, your short tracks, whatever. I'm going to need a few solid performances out of him on those ovals in the next gen car to have any confidence in rolling him out in these races. That said, he was a strong and quick learner in the Xfinity series, so we will see how quickly he picks it up in Cup. Next up, we have Chase Briscoe, who will also get some ownership on Sunday. Briscoe has been quite good in Phoenix, and I would say not the best equipment, including winning the race here in 2022 in that less than stellar Stewart Haas equipment, rather. This year, he is in A+ equipment with an A+ team around him, and just for that reason alone, he should be considered for your player pool. Next up, starting at 31st, is mi amigo Daniel Suarez. I don't really consider Suarez a great fit for Phoenix, and that's why I was very surprised to learn in my research that he has an average starting position of 21st, paired with an average finish of 14th. That is place differential upside that we absolutely cannot ignore. And if he does that on Sunday, he could be a sneaky play. Next up, following Suarez, is Alex Bowman starting in 32nd. And I think he will probably be the chalk of the slate. He is the most underperforming Hendrick driver at Phoenix with an average finish of 18th with an average starting spot of 19th. However, he was on a pole qualifying run His time at the time would have qualified him for the pole. However, he got loose, chased a car up the racetrack, which led to his 32nd place starting position. So he will be very chalky on Sunday. But he's in good equipment with a great team behind him. So he should be. Next up, we have Noah Gragson starting 33rd. Only 3 starts at Phoenix for Noah, which he does have positive place differential to go with those, with an average starting position of 20th with an average finish of 17th. Noah also messed up his qualifying run, which led to his terrible starting spot. He will see some ownership on Sunday. We have Ty Gibbs next. Ty Gibbs always seems to start good, as he has an average starting position of 8.3 here, but that's paired with an average finish of 23rd. Still, though, Ty has led 57 laps and does have the ability to turn in a solid day. So maybe he's just doing it vice versa this time around. His best average start is 8th with an average finish of 23rd. Well, maybe he's decided this time around he's going to finish in the top 10. Who knows? But that group of drivers, Briscoe, Suarez, Bowman, Gragson, they will see probably the bulk of ownership of those drivers starting in like the top 25, I would say. Let's see here. We did Ty Gibbs. Next up, we have Cody Ware. It's not a road course. It's not a super speedway, so that is a fade for me. John Hunter Nemechek at 36. A rose between 2 thorns. He has Cody Ware on one side and Catherine Legge on the other. If you need to save money, and John Hunter is 5,300. If you need to save money, sure, but that's it. I think that's the only reason I would roll him out. And last but most certainly not least is Catherine Legge. Catherine Legge? I don't know. I'm not sure why she's even in this race. I'm not sure why NASCAR approved her. I think it's going to be an absolute shit show for her on Sunday. And I think that's it. Let's see here. Do I have any notes? Any more notes? Nope, that's it. Hey, 23 minutes. That's quicker than the normal 27 minutes I do. So, hey, step in the right direction. As always, if you have any questions concerning the slate, please feel free to tag me on Discord. And as always, let's ship it.